We back like early 2000 music on Instagram. What's good, Kenny?
What is good, my black pit bull over here with your
What does that even
Duolingo?
mean, bro?
With your
That
Duolingo,
sounds
you're getting
racist.
there.
You just called me a pit bull.
No, I like the artist Pitbull. You're the black Pitbull. Like Toma.
Anyway, so what's up, yo? Tell the audience where the fuck we been at. What we've been doing. We've been doing big things.
So I know you've been working OT like a crazy man. At least for me, what
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of content for the video game channel that I'm hoping to drop in the coming weeks. I just dropped a video, actually yesterday talking about the Xbox event that happened where they showed off Halo Infinite and all this good stuff, all these new trailers for the new console that's coming out. So I've been working, editing videos, going to sleep by 4 in the morning sometimes. You know how it is.
Nice, man. Out here grinding for what you love, yo. Respect it. Yeah, like you said, me just been working a lot of overtime. I know it's not the most efficient way to make extra cash, but right now it's my only source of income. I'm lucky to have a job where I could, even work base salary, let alone a job that's going to pay me overtime. So, um, what I mean, I feel comfortable being at work, and it's better than being at home not making money. So that's really all I've been up to. But we took a short break. We both had a few things going on, but we're back, and hopefully, we can be more consistent. Come, the future will have like a set schedule whether we want to do this every week or week or two. But we're still just as excited as we were in day one. So yes, sir. Actually, before I transition to the next topic, I want to give a shout out to our seven or so Ireland brothers and sisters out there. We really appreciate you supporting the Black Lives Matter movement. Hey, and we supporting that Red Lives Matter movement. You know what I mean? The Rojos. So we got you. We here for you. You here for us. So thank you.
But before we transition, I don't know if our one of our good friends listens to the podcast when we do drop the episodes, but I want to point out how I put in the group chat and nobody budged for it that I hit a game winner over, and and that was after game one, right? Then game two, game winner again, and he was sticking me. First one I got my man's in the air. He thought he was like he knew I was gonna shoot it. Thought he was gonna block me, right? Oh, oh. He's gonna say I stumbled, right? And that's the only reason he didn't block me. That I stumbled, did some fugazi stuff, and then I shot up a prayer and hit it. In my eyes, it went smoother than that, right? It all went how I planned it. I was like, yo, gonna catch this pass, fake him, go right, Kobe. You know what I mean? And then the fact was, right, everybody kept talking about the shot afterwards, and I just kept looking at him like,
So I wasn't there, but if anyone knows Kenny playing basketball, Kenny usually goes like 3 for 10 on average. So let's say Kenny shoots about 30% at best. I'm gonna guarantee you that that was probably one of the only shots you made that game, and it just happened to go in after you did stumble. It sounds more logical than you pulling up. I mean, giving our boy B the little hezzy, thinking you and Steph Curry is never that smooth. I promise you, audience, he is not as nice at basketball as he thinks. To be honest with you, none of us are.
I am
So
though, but these guys are always gonna hold me back. Get me? I got the ratchet whenever I'm on the outside. That's why they gotta pull up on me because I could hit it whenever. But I'm gonna be honest. I didn't get to warm up that before that game. It was just straight into full court, and that was my only shot that I made from 3 point in that game.
you sound like every motherfucker out here who be like, I didn't get to warm up. I haven't hit my stride yet.
Listen,
Yo, I just ain't eat breakfast.
all I'm gonna say is ice in my veins. When it's time to win the game, I always want it in my hands. Always.
So listen, man. Let me ask you a question. How many of you guys were out there wearing masks?
Nobody.
And this is the problem. And to transition into our next topic, why nobody out here wearing masks?
Yo, because we only live once.
That is a horrible statement considering the times we live in right now. Now, y'all gonna be like, this hypocrite motherfucker ain't playing no basketball with a mask. You're right. If I was up there, I ain't playing no basketball in a mask. I get that part. But I want to address my fellow Americans, or as they say in Espanol, Americanas.
Americanos.
Yeah, whatever. All that feminine and
Yeah.
masculine shit. What I'm saying is, we need to get this whole mask thing under control. It's a piece of cloth. You don't have to wear it for too long. You're just going into the store or to a restaurant or to pick your kids up. I think I see more people wear a mask in a car than I do in an actual store, which is wild because you're in the car by yourself. You don't need to be wearing a mask to self isolate from yourself. This ain't one of them movies where it's airborne, it's gonna come through your car filter and it's gonna get you and choke you and you're gonna catch the COVID. Like, just wear a mask, people. I'm a healthcare professional. I gotta wear a mask for most of my shift. It's annoying, but I still do it. Back of my ears hurt. I might get a pressure injury at some point. But you know what? I'm willing to do this for you, for y'all, for Kenny. So Kenny can be out here hitting game winners while not wearing masks. Go ahead, my friend.
So I want to just go back to you being a hypocrite throughout all of this. Because if our audience remembers, like episode 2, my man's was out there hanging out with friends with no mask.
In my defense, in my defense, majority of those friends that night were healthcare professionals. So if I had COVID, I'm sure they had COVID. That's how it works, right? I
Nah.
think. Listen, my whole spiel is what you do in private is different. Different. Different states that have different guidelines. To be kind of serious with it, and they allow small gatherings of that nature, which is more so what mine was, not to kind of excuse what I was doing, but I'm speaking more so just when you're around general public. Maybe 20 people or more. Just throw on that mask.
Oh,
Um,
so right there and then I'm excused. There was only 10 people at the court.
and to be honest with you, I'm joking with you when I talk about playing basketball. But this is these times right now are just unprecedented, and there's still a lot. We're speaking about a second shutdown
Yeah.
essentially. A lot of it over people just are are trying to defend their right not to wear a mask, and I just think it's silly. It's like, again, it's a piece of cloth you got to wear for a short period of time while you're around other people. You never know what type of immunocompromised people you could be around, kids, older people. So even if you don't think you have it, just throw it on. Just keep people safe.
Yeah,
Um,
being a little more serious about it, I honestly I stayed away from the beaches on July 4th because I knew how packed it was gonna be, and I was like, ain't nobody gonna be at the beach with a mask on, like taking their Instagram and Snapchat selfies. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna stay in my black ass home. So I get it. Like it's wild out there. Sometimes I can even forget when I'm in a rush. I'd be like hopping out the car, about to go into Big Lots, and I'm like, damn, my mask. Got to run back to the car, throw that on, go back inside. You know, it's wild.
honestly,
It's wild.
honestly, bro, speaking about that, I think I've seen more people get cardio in going back to get their mask since this whole thing started than I have beforehand. I've seen a bunch of old dudes just, what I mean, sprinting back to their old, their nice little whatever car they got in old age,
Yeah.
you know, just to get their mask. But
I was gonna say, did you see that? I saw a report that 60% of restaurants that closed during COVID are like closed for good. Like they're not gonna reopen at all. Like they just couldn't survive the closures.
and yo, I actually, I read a similar article where they're talking about now. that things are going to get much worse, before they get better, especially financially, where I think the government's been kind of keeping, some of these businesses afloat. But even major corporations, you know what I mean? You shut down for, you know, 3 to 4 months, and what do you expect to happen? And
Mhm.
they're talking about things to get real bleak for a lot of restaurants, not just mom and pop, but again, big corporations, clothing stores, people shopping online, our healthcare system, people trying to pay their bills and necessities, food. Um, so yeah, man, it's a very delicate time in this country.
Yeah, it's scary, man. It's a scary thought to think about.
Exactly. Just you know what I mean? Just love the people around you, and I think this has taught us not to take anything for granted.
That's for sure. That's
Anything.
definitely for sure.
Um, I'll say the last thing on that. I went to Cumbies to get a slushie, and homeboy looked at me. I looked at homeboy, and I said, "Yo, the slushie machine down?" He said, "Yeah, due to COVID." I said, "I just can't go over and get it." He said, "Nah," and that's when I knew shit's real.
No, yo, I was at not for nothing. I was at Mo's today. She was like, the cashier was like, "Hey, it's free refills on your drinks," and I'm like, "Oh, bet." She was like, "But I gotta get it for you." Uh, so when I'm done with my drink, I just come up and be like, "Yo, can I get a refill?" She's like, "Yeah, practically." I'm like, "Huh." I'm like, "I don't want to do that." I'm, I'm all set with my first fill, and that's it. Yeah, it's wild.
um,
It's wild out here, bro.
so yeah, man, let's touch on a few more things before we hit the main topic. We got sports back,
Yeah,
some capacity. I'll take it. We got exhibition basketball with the regular season starting soon. Have you caught any game?
I watched some highlights of my boy Bull balling out.
Nobody's boy, by the way. Nobody's
That's
boy.
my boy right there, Ball. Like
Ain't nobody in their life
pulling
ever
up
been like,
from three.
oh, boy.
What? Yo, that boy would have been top five pick if he hadn't gotten injured in college. Just saying. That surgery held him back.
Yeah, man. I'm excited about sports being back. I haven't really sat down and again. My work schedule's been a little crazy, but I haven't really sat down and watched too many games. But I've been catching up on some highlights. Um, Actually, been on baseball highlights too. It's
Oof.
great to have baseball back. I see my boy Giancarlo Stanton crack one yesterday. We're not gonna
Oof.
talk about the L they took, but we're gonna come back tonight. We're gonna get that win.
Oof. Baseball, man. That's boring as hell.
Yo,
Have
you're
you
Dominican. That's supposed to be your outlet right there,
Yo,
bro.
that was stereotypical of you. Wow. Yo, you got any watermelons laying around right now?
So speaking about stereotypes, our topic for this week is I don't know why we're continuing on this whole like racial joke thing we got going on. Again, it's a lot of lighthearted jokes. We are here for the jokes. Anyone, please, if you're listening, don't get upset. Um, just have fun with it. But our topic for this week is what it means when people say you're acting white or you act white. So Kenny, please introduce our topic.
Man, there I think there's a lot more labels that encompass that statement. There's the yo, why you so suburban black? Like that one is also one that refers to the why you so white or why you acting white. That in just another context and another phrase of words. The topic, man, it's a little revolving a little bit of everything. It's like if you talking too proper and you sound like you just walked out of a middle aged tax course. You know, you're you're too white. Why you acting white, bro? Like, what's up? You just finished reading the dictionary for 15 minutes and want to lecture me?
So I this topic kind of came up because I hear this from my friends a lot, especially this retardo over here. Um, when he is like, yo, Ty, why you acting suburban black? And I'm always like, what does that mean? Is it because my credit score is decent? Knock on wood. Is it because I'm not out here gang banging? I'm not in jail. I speak properly most of the time. Don't ask me to text because it's gonna be all jumbled. Um, so yeah, I was driving and I was like, yo, let's kind of dive into this and see what it means when people are like, yo, pretty much you're acting white. What does it mean to act white?
Well, I would say we could start it off with the fact that before even starting recording the show, you were jamming out to the Dixie Chicks. That, my
Pause,
sir, is
pause, pause.
acting white.
The chicks.
Oh, the Chicks. I
It's
apologize. They changed the name.
Dixie's not appropriate anymore. The chicks. But
The
go ahead.
Chicks. You were jamming out to the Chicks. You remind me, my good sir, of this guy in White Chicks. What's our good actor there?
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews. You are a less built Terry Crews in White Chicks. Like, got your. I can see you. I can see you jamming out to like some techno and just breaking it down.
So let's kind of start with how we talk.
Let's go.
Um, so I think as a darker skinned person, minority, um, if you talk with any semblance of how can I put this?
Education.
Education. Um, you know, and you don't talk as what people expect you to, um, people automatically kind of view you as being, more white or more acceptable. And I think a lot of times, as a black man, I know in my experiences, I got a code switch. Like I can't talk to Kenny the same way
Hmm.
I'm going to talk to my patients at the hospital or my coworkers. It just won't fly. I won't have a job. Um, or if I'm talking to Kenny as I talk to my patients, he's gonna be like, "Yo, stay away from my kids. You're a weirdo." Um, you know what I mean? So like, it's you gotta kind of have to do that. I think to dive in and out of different social circles, and I think it doesn't make you any less black or Asian or Spanish, whatever minority you are. I just think again you learn things as a person and you kind of learn that you can't talk to every social group the same. And to be honest with you, if you want to get ahead a lot of times, like you're gonna have to learn how to speak white.
Hmm. So you're telling me you're a professional chameleon. That's what you are.
I like to pride myself on my versatility. I don't got a lot in life, where I'm super good at, but I feel like I could dive in and out of social circles with ease.
I'm a,
You know,
I'm
I'm
a
not switching.
For the audio listeners, I hope you click on the YouTube link. I'm gonna need this man to stop trying to do the light skin faces in the middle of this video right now. Let's reserve that for some other people.
That's too funny. But I'd even like Penny blames me, for trying to act white a lot. But I kind of want to attack Kenny for a little bit.
Oh, whoa!
I think I think Kenny, does a lot of white people things. Um, you know what I mean? He hangs around in a lot of white circles, as you may say. And he's Dominican at heart. Chunkla's on his feet in the middle of winter. Don't get me wrong. But I think if you go to his other YouTube link, the Level With You show, and you just watch an episode, Kenny ain't talking reckless how he does on this podcast. It's all pretty much, yeah. So the Xbox convention, it was really good, and they got a new Halo coming out, and I'm very excited, guys. How do you feel about it? And after this, we can go play Minecraft and raid. And the accent's gone. But does that make Kenny any less white? I'll let you defend yourself, sir.
I think it's an exaggeration. I think, you know, I'm trying to be professional. That's mine. The video game channel where I'm a little more, in control of myself, and I'm not just letting the other Kenny, the Kenny that gets blocked on Twitter by his friends, you know, get gets blocked on Xbox for a little while. Get me that Kenny people don't want to hear in a video game podcast. This one's a little more loose, a little more open, more natural to us. So the here, if I get blocked, I get blocked. Like you ain't blocking me, Ty. So you,
But no, you brought up a good point. It's kind of you gotta have to turn that switch on to kind of relate to the group you're in at that moment. Another big thing people talk about, and you brought it up too, is the music you listen to. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes a chick song comes on and I'm rocking with it, or it could be like the whitest of country songs. I don't really like country too much, but sometimes a hit comes on and I'm like, Mama, ooh. I'm not sure it's country, but first thing that came to my head. And sometimes you rock out with it, and then people look at you like, man, aren't you supposed to be listening to like Moneybag Yo or Lil
pop,
Gucci or
pop
Little
smoke.
Yachty, Pop Smoke, West Coast bitch. And it's like, yeah, but like sometimes I just want to slow it down. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, it's okay to rock with Selena Gomez. Like, I'm a big Justin Bieber fan. People look at me crazy like when I say, you know what I mean? Like, I rocks with J Beebs. Don't disrespect no J Beebs because we go fight. But yeah, it's just crazy that it's like I just can't, I can't dive in and out of certain things without people thinking like I'm less black.
I'm talking about all this. You know who personifies the turning the switch on and off
Who's that?
perfectly? Our resident chef. Our resident chef. You hear him late at night, man. Got the thug music rolling right before he's ready to play Call of Duty. He's talking about she loved the woo, like she try to fuck with the woo. You hear him bobbing to his pop smoke, but the man when he needs to hit that white voice, and he's throwing down in the kitchen, he's ready, like that.
But a great example of that is, we'll throw it out here, we'll throw his name out here. Cyron Whaler at Chef Cy on Instagram.
Yep.
He has his own business. He meal preps. He's doing his thing, and I think a lot of that comes with he can't have that same swag when he goes to into his business mode as he can talk to us.
Okay.
Understandably, like you can't go to your customers and be like, "Yo, you know what I mean? Like I'm meal prepping. I got 4 for 10. What we trying to do?" Like people gonna think you're selling drugs. It's not a comfortable
show,
voice.
show, show me the bag if you're trying to get the meal prep. Like, what's good?
Exactly. Exactly. Like, meet me on the corner for this chicken asparagus. But, I think through history, it's the white voice has kind of always been the dominant one. And, especially the white male voice. And that's kind of been like a comfort thing for a lot of people. Like think about how many people try to sell you things in life and how many of those people are like white guys. And, a white guys in a suit at that. And it's like that's kind of like what the stereotypical, what I mean, a stereotypical comfort voice is. I don't even know if comfort is the right
Or
word, but
it's or almost like sale voice. Like you expect somebody to sell you something. Sounds like a white guy bringing you. Like, hey, you wanna subscribe to Time magazine? 12 issues for $3.99 a month. Yada
exact.
yada. And for the kicker, we'll throw in an extra blender for you. Hope you enjoy it. Make some smoothies. Thank you.
Exactly. Like if you said that in Spanish, ain't nobody buying it from you, bro.
Nah, not at all.
Unless it's on Telemundo, which by the way, Telemundo, I just trying to get like one of y'all bad bitches. Y'all got so many. Y'all could spare one. I've never watched Telemundo and ain't never been a bad bitch. Even grandma's bad. Fuck they be at. Sorry.
You know what, Ty? Ty, I feel like you're asking for the Hispanic woman, but you're not ready for it. That's why you still gravitate to your white women. You see that fire, and you're like, you know what? I'm not trying to get burned as much as I want it. I'm not ready for it.
I think my problem is I haven't code switched to Spanish yet. But with that Duolingo, once I finish this, I'm about to be in the Spanish community like, hey yo, mami, what's up?
The funny thing is, you're doing the Duolingo, and you're gonna know more Spanish than B, and he's half Spanish. My man's can only say, "Mami, que tú te pones en tu pelo."
But it's funny because that's another one of my friends who he's half Spanish, half black. But I think if you look at him, there's a lot of times where Brennan's always going to be Brennan, but Brennan does what we essentially are calling code switching too, is where when he's around those white people or more affluent people, he's definitely not talking the same. He's a bit more reserved and quiet
and well spoken.
Exactly. But I would never say that makes him any less of who he is at his core. I think, again, he just kind of learned how to move in those certain situations to best benefit his life. And I think that's what this all comes down to, is that to really get ahead and really, succeed, you don't got to change who you are, but you got to kind of read the room and move accordingly.
But I just want to, before we get go any further in, I just want to make sure anybody that's made it this far in the show so far, I feel just as like you guys feel. I feel as though this is an episode of Ty defend himself as to why he's so suburban black, and it's fine. It's fine. As you see, I'm not defensive at all. You know what I mean? I know what's up. You know what I mean? My man's over here with his suburban blackness is out here. You know who Ty is? Ty is my man from This Is Us, right? I forget the brother's name, the one that got left at the firehouse, as a baby. Super suburban black, got the smile from cheekbone to cheekbone, like.
Yo, you know what? I'm done doing this podcast with you. I want to let the audience know I'm starting a solo podcast next week. It's going to be called Fuck Kenny. So check it out, please. It's going to be all jokes about Kenny for an hour straight. But, man, again, if you want to call it defending myself, I'll take it. But I was riding the car and just felt like, yo, let's talk about it a little bit. Let's get a couple jokes off.
It definitely sounds like I feel like I hit you the other night with it too. I was like, yo, Ty sold suburban black, and I think it was like 5-6 of us in the party at that point, and everybody just jumped on it. Like I know Cy was like, yo, right? He's definitely suburban black, and Brenda was like, hell yeah.
Well, listen, I don't want to beat a dead horse. We won't, keep talking too much about it. But I'll end it with this because I know the audience is wondering, especially, well, for those who can see the visual media anyway, you kind of see Kenny's anime poster in the back and his little trinkets and whatnot. And yeah, Kenny's definitely part Asian. I think he did 23andMe not so long ago, and he was like 30%. Japanese or something like that. But yeah, he definitely has some Asian roots. Shout out to my Asian brothers and sisters. So yeah, shoot him a message. Just let him know you support him. And yeah, man.
Listen. I am proud of my Asian roots. You know what I mean? This is why we don't mess with baseball that well. We play a little bit. We're all about our anime. Our ramen.
I'm pretty sure there's a whole Japanese baseball league. But we won't talk about that.
There's a whole Dominican one. I'm just on the outside percentages of both my nationalities. All right.
I don't even know what to say. So Listen, like I said earlier in the show, we're definitely going to try to do this a bit more consistently. I think we're going to shoot for every 2 weeks, just until we kind of get a better grip on things, and then maybe if we get more viewers over time, we can definitely shoot to once a week. But we don't want to just put out nonsense material.
Exactly.
And again, we want to give you this a bit more consistently. So I think 2 weeks is probably be the perimeter where we're at, but we'll go over things and keep you guys updated. Anything you want to throw in there, Kenny?
Just want to throw into that. I'm glad we came back to it because I didn't want to abandon the podcast. I was enjoying it. I know we got busy, and I just hope people understand that. Like we aren't making money from this. We're doing this because we want to do it because we love podcasts and we love you guys from Ireland. I hope my family, my 6 cousins in Japan start listening to the podcast. I'm always around. I haven't learned my language, man. I'm on Duolingo trying, but it's hard. That ain't easy. If you wanna teach me, hit me up. You can find me everywhere. Yeah, it'll be in the description where you can find us, where you can find me. Ty, you can still find him in all those, meeting circles, the nurses of Connecticut.
Listen, I didn't want to throw it out there early in the show, but you can find me on my OnlyFans at Why the Hell Pod. My OnlyFans. I'm gonna take pictures of my feet. So, ladies, if y'all want to see that, dude, honestly, like whatever, it's my feet. They're not the prettiest things in the world, but I'm trying to make some money. Times is hard, so.
Not gonna lie to you, I keep on saying there is an audience for dad bods, and I'm ready. I'm ready to dive in.
Yo, we were talking the other day on Xbox. There's a girl getting paid on OnlyFans for acting like a dog. So if you want me to act like a goat, a horse, whatever, I don't care as long as y'all pay me.
The Black Stallion.
But on that,
all right, that's it. Close us out.
On Why the Hell Pod on Twitter. Everything will be in the link. We appreciate everyone listening. And until next week, 2 weeks, whatever we said.
Oh my God, this man did the horse noise.